Have you ever wondered how much it costs to travel around Australia?
If you have, we totally get you. And in this video, we're gonna tell you how much it costs us to travel Australia in our camper van.
We have recently finished our lap around Australia and it's taken us 16 months and 50,000 kilometers. And one of the questions we get asked the most is how much does it cost to travel around Australia?
If you're new here, make sure you subscribe to our channel. Grab a pen and paper because today we're gonna tell you everything and how much it costs us to travel around Australia in a camper van. My favorite subject.
She has written down everything, all of the details that you guys need. We'll do our best to keep this as short as possible and we'll give you guys tips along the way and hopefully be able to help you guys out.
But before we start, we just want to reiterate that there's no one size fits all. How much we spend will probably be different to how much you spend. It all depends on your lifestyle, the vehicle you're traveling with.
This is a really good guide. It's going to help you guys if you have no idea where to start, what's it going to cost. This will be the video for you guys. First up, we're going to give you guys our van price. We weren't
cost.
Yeah, we weren't sure if we're going to put this in or not, but we thought, why not? You're going to have to travel in a van, so...
Or any vehicle.
Something, yeah. You're going to want to know, like, a rough guide of what it's going to cost you guys.
Yeah.
So for us, we were able to pick up a 2017 Mercedes Sprinter long wheelbase with 125,000 kilometers on the clock for $38,000, which was pretty damn good at the time.
That was before COVID.
It was, yeah, around that COVID time, but...
Oh yeah, it was actually November 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we fitted out the whole van by ourselves. It took us about 7 months and it cost us $29,000. Both together came in at $67,000 to get us on the road and starting this crazy adventure.
And if you want to see everything, the cost by cost, where we spend the whole $29,000 during the van build, we have a whole YouTube video about it. We can leave the link in the description so you can go check it out. Now let's get on to the day-to-day cost, what it actually costs to be on the road. And we'll start with our food bill, which costs for the whole 16 months $18,129. That includes eating out and our grocery shopping. Now with eating out, we rarely go to restaurants or eat out. And when we do, we don't go to fancy restaurants. That's just not us. We like cheap and simple food, like on the go.
Easy people, right?
Easy, cheap people. So our eating out cost was $4,430 and groceries $13,699.
And now we don't eat just like 2-minute noodles. We do eat like very healthy full meals. This also includes for the cat's food?
It includes the cat's food too.
Yeah. Second one on our list is fuel, coming in $11,989. Now we get about 11 to 12 liters per 100 kilometers in the van, which is pretty damn good because we're like almost 4 ton.
Yeah.
Super impressed with that.
And we talked to people on the road on caravan parks and they were towing, obviously, caravans. And they were doing like 22, 25 liters, so 11, it's really
pretty good. We also use an app called Petrol Spy. It's a free app. It tells you where the cheap fuel stations are, or just where fuel stations are in general if you're cruising through areas and you have no idea where they are. It's super, super helpful and it's free. So.
Yeah. Okay, next cost is van maintenance, and it was a total of $10,665. In this cost, we have a bunch of things included, such as our insurance, our NRMA roadside assistance, our registration, all of the services that were done, and all of the trips to Bunnings that were done in this.
There was just two trips to Bunnings.
200.
And look, the van maintenance and rego, there's nothing you can do with this one. It's super important. Obviously you need rego insurance, but like van maintenance, just servicing is super, super important. This is our home. You don't want to be breaking down in the middle of nowhere. We keep on top of it as much as we can.
Yeah, we've done 3 services during these 16 months. This is one thing that we'd never try to save money. When we do services on the road, we always go for like proper diesel mechanics. We do our research on the best ones. So yeah, just keep that in mind.
Yeah. Okay, we'll move on to accommodation. Is $1,657. Now in the beginning of our trip, I think about 8 months in, we had spent about $400. Once we started heading up past Perth and into north of WA, we started paying a lot more for accommodation. But we don't see the value in staying in caravan parks, paying $50 a night for literally a patch of grass when we can find a free camp, park on the side of the road where sometimes we're not meant to, but shh, don't tell anyone. So yeah, that's our cost for it. This is going to be completely up to you guys. You might not be comfortable sleeping on the side of the road. It could be noisy, whatever the case might be. You might need power. Don't know, but that's it. That was our cost.
We have enough power to be completely off-grid, so we don't need caravan parks. 1,657 for 16 months.
That's crazy.
That is nothing.
Yeah. So we thought now was a good time to let you guys know that we've actually created a map of all of the places that we've been to in Australia.
Before jumping into the van, we did so much research and spent so much time researching where to go, where to sleep, sites and activities. So as we were traveling, we were saved every single place that we stopped to explore and to sleep in a Google Maps that we can now share with you.
There are over 700 spots on this map, so you guys don't have to do any of the work, and if you're stressing about where do we go, where do we stay, we've done all the work for you.
As we continue traveling, we are constantly updating this map, so you will get free updates as long as we keep traveling.
Click the link below and go check out our maps. Okay, this next one was pretty important for us. Not to stay active, but for the showers, and that was the gyms. Coming in at
1,835.
We have a gym membership with Anytime Fitness paying $16.95 a week. We did freeze it when we knew that we're going to be in areas for quite a few months where there was no Anytimes.
They have over 500 clubs around Australia. They are all open 24/7, so it was a really good chance for us to go have a hot shower at any time of the day that we wanted to, and it kind of forced us to be active on the road as well, because we would go in for a shower and we're like, oh, we're already here, let's just get a workout before the shower.
If you're sitting in the van, it just keeps you moving. It's good for the mind, it's good for the body.
Exactly. People make fun of us for the amount of money that we spent on this, but it was alcohol. We spent a total of 1,359. That is nothing. We know people that spend that in a month.
Exactly, yeah. We're just not big drinkers. No. We could get a case of beer that could last us a month. Yeah. We kind of just have one when it's hot, and then we'll drink some wine when it's cold.
That's it.
And then even then we might not. I don't know. We're just not big drinkers. Yeah. Next up is activities. $5,310. This included some big activities like swimming with great white sharks, swimming with whale sharks,
the crocodile jumping
tour. All of these things,
everything.
Unforgettable memories, and do not regret any of them.
Yeah. Everything that we've done, we really recommend to everyone. We don't regret doing anything. But this cost also includes the smaller stuff like the national parks entry, the annual passes, parking, and all the stuff. But majority of this cost is on big experiences that cost quite a lot of money.
Internet and mobile, $2,754. Now our phones are with Optus on a high data plan. We have 500 gigs of data, which is, how much is that per month?
I think it's $150 a month or something like that.
For both of our phones.
But it also includes one of our iPhones, which is on a payment plan.
Yeah, and then we also have a Telstra prepaid SIM that we just top up when there's no Optus. And that can only be like, I don't know, $50 here and there.
Usually.
We also bought Starlink. It's not in this cost because we considered it a business cost. That cost us $450
for the unit
and $170 a month. This was game-changing for us when we went to north of WA. It was allowed us to go to these amazing campsites, but it had no reception, and we could stay there for a week and just keep working.
We also have a whole video on how the 3 ways that we get internet, and we talk a lot about the Starlink in there. If you want to find out, go check it out. Next cost that probably everyone needs to consider, unless you have a washing machine in your van.
Luxury.
Who knows? Is laundry. We spent a total of $356 for the whole 16 months. At the start, Wade was washing his clothes. He would wear it once and put it for washing, so we were spending a lot more.
I learned pretty quickly.
He quickly realized that wasn't possible, so we stopped. I think we now get laundry every 2 to 3 weeks, maybe more sometimes. That we pay like $5, $6 a load, and then sometimes if we're not caravan parks, we also need to pay for dryers, and that costs around like $1 for 4 minutes on average. Yeah.
There has been a few times we've done pet stay and we've been able to use their washing machine, so we haven't paid for washing this whole trip.
So these were the costs for van related stuff. We have also decided to include 3 categories for like personal things, but that usually people need for going on the road. And one of them is personal insurance. And we spent a total of $1,798 on personal insurance.
And also clothes, $574. I'm pretty sure none of that was mine.
Yes, it was. This jumper included.
True. We had a rule inside the van that if we were to buy an item of clothing, one item had to now go to donation.
We just don't have the room to just keep buying it.
One in, one out.
Look, it was very hard to go through the whole of Australia and not buy clothes as we traveled, but I knew that we had limited space, so yeah.
It is what it is.
So much. And then we also have a category called Others or Miscellaneous, and that was a total of $2,466. In here we have things included such as like the cat's kitty litter or the cat's harnesses that we bought on the way that didn't work.
They just escaped the runner on us.
Like random medicines that we had to buy, kind of like stuff that didn't fit anywhere else. And we decided to leave it here just so like you also remember to leave a category for others for emergencies, so make sure you have some money allocated to that category.
Okay, for us to travel around Australia for the last 16 months came in at $58,891. If we add in the cost of the van, the total is actually $125,891. But look, I would pay 2 times that amount to do that again because it was the best 16 months of our lives. We calculated, and the whole 16 months we actually were on the road for 74 weeks. So if we divide the total 58 by the 74 weeks, average cost per week was $795. Now, before we left, what was our 500?
We had an initial budget of $500 a week, but like 1 month in and we realized that's too low, we need to up that budget, so we upped to $700. So $795 a week, look, I'm happy with that.
That's not bad. We hope you enjoyed this, and hopefully this has given you guys a bit of a guide on what it costs to travel Australia and you get to do this crazy adventure like we have.
And if you guys need a spreadsheet that you want to use for your travels, we have created a free travel spreadsheet that's the one that we use, that we are more than happy to share with you.
Put a link in the description to make it nice and easy for you guys. Okay, we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Ciao.